Hey there, Gemini, and welcome to your weekly quick and dirty reading for the week of July 9th, 2017. Okay, so this is a quick reading that just gives you a brief snapshot into the energy of your relationship this week. I'm also incorporating a second reading for from the deck of the Tarot of Sexual Magic, to give another little insight into the energies and also to try to get some energy going for my singles as well as for people who are in committed relationships already. So let's go ahead and start with the relationship reading. And the first card, which represents the state of your relationship right now, is the Three of Wands. Okay? The card that represents your lesson for this week, Gemini, is the King of Cups. The card that represents your partner's lessons for this week is the Temperance card. And the card that represents your advice card for the relationship is the Four of Wands. Okay? So the Three of Wands says that things are going well right now. Okay? And things are basically hopeful between the two of you. All right, you're trying to see if you guys are on the same page. So maybe you're coming out of a time where there was a little bit of confusion or conflict, but you guys are working on it and trying to come together, okay? So that's a positive footing for the relationship this week. Your advice is the King of Cups, Gemini. And the King of Cups is asking you to rise above any negativity or drama that might have been going on or that might have gone on. Okay? It's asking you to maintain boundaries without losing any empathy. Okay? So, if you guys are trying to get on the same page, you might have to hash a few things out. So this card is asking you to have empathy for your partner during this time of reconciliation or coming together, whatever you guys are working on. Okay, so for your partner, their lesson for this week is temperance, okay? And the temperance card is asking your partner to try to find common ground and to compromise with you this week. Okay, and that's pretty much straightforward. So you guys basically need to be able to communicate to each other without losing empathy and sympathy, and just try to have some understanding, because the advice card for both of you this week is to celebrate your relationship, celebrate your love, possibly commit to each other if that's what's been lacking in the situation. Maybe you guys need to get out more, do more things. This is a card of celebration, marriage, commitment. Maybe you guys just need to be physical with each other. Okay, so that is your advice. Celebrate each other, celebrate your relationship. All right, so let's go ahead and move on and see what the Tarot of Sexual Magic says for you this week, Gemini. Okay, the first card in this reading is the Four of Swords. The next card is the Fool. The next card is the Eight of Swords. And the next card is the Lovers card. Okay, so the Four of Swords in this particular deck represents, basically this card says that excitement allows you to out, let me see, I'm sorry. Excitement allows you to overcome any lack of affection, okay? And it's asking you to forgive yourself for any mistakes that you possibly have made. So also, what I take away from that, when it says that excitement allows you to overcome a lack of affection, over time, though, that can kind of go wrong. So you basically, swords always represent some type of communication. So maybe you need a little bit more affection from your partner. Okay, if you're single, then this card is saying, maybe don't get too excited over someone if there's an element that's lacking, something that you need. Okay. Moving on to the Fool card. Okay, so the Fool card represents an erotic outburst. Okay, that's what this says. So this card is saying to surrender to love. Okay, willingness and spontaneity and willingness. So basically, surrender to love. I think that's pretty much straightforward. All right, if you are already in a relationship, stop fighting against things. Be more spontaneous with your partner. Um, you know, tried new things. have an open mind. If you are single, maybe there's someone who's interested in you, and this card is saying, you know what, be spontaneous, go for it. Why not? Okay. The next card is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is saying that you cannot teach the flesh if it's unwilling to learn. All right. And so, in the typical deck, because this deck is a little bit different, but the Eight of Swords basically is asking you to open your eyes to a situation. Okay. So it's saying that you can't force something that's not there. All right, that's what this card is saying. So if you're in a relationship and there's some aspect of your relationship that you guys are trying to force, or you're trying to pressure your partner's pressuring you, this card is saying that's not going to work. All right. And then we end with the Lover's card. And I mean, it's the Lover's card. This is the card of seduction. It says the magic perfume seduces and sustains us in the sentimental choices of our life. All right. So, I mean, it's the Lover's card, okay? What more do you need? All right. But this also could represent somebody who has multiple lovers, okay? So you want to be careful of that. So if you are dating someone and they seem like a bit of a player, they might be a bit of a player, okay? And they might not be. Maybe you're just dating around. Maybe you have a lot of choices. All right. But that's the quick and dirty snapshot. It's just a weekly reading. Okay. So this is this week's energies. So you can use this and compare it with the monthly reading. Or you can consider it a guide alongside the monthly reading, because I do past, present, and future readings. So every week, you get a little snapshot in the energies with the lesson, and maybe that lesson will help you with the monthly guidance. All right, Gemini, and I'd like to thank you for watching this video, spending some time with me, and hopefully I'll see you when you return for the next reading, okay? Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye, Gemini.